Cucumbers are grown as an annual, which means that the plant does not regenerate after the growing season. Once it has outlived its lifespan of roughly 70 days, the plant dies and cannot be regrown. Intolerant of even the lightest frost, plants wither and die immediately if the temperature drops to below freezing. However, long shelf life, greater size and better taste are characteristics of cucumbers grown in Kenya, so it is imperative to invest in disease and insect-free stock grown in greenhouse facilities where nutrient provision is carefully monitored. Our farmer today tells us that the first step on the road to profitable cucumber farming is to find a supplier of good quality seedlings. Before the end of this show, you will get enough information about cucumber cultivating business that will make you start immediately. From Nairobi to Laikipia County, this is Kilimo Biashara show. Welcome to the show. Today, we want to focus on cucumber farming. We are meeting our farmer Omri, who's somewhere here. Let's go find him. Omri, you're here.
Hello. Good morning, Linda. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
This is beautiful.
Yes, this is one of the crops we grow also.
Oh my God, they're so beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm very happy to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank
and
you
looking
so
forward
much.
for a very interesting session.
It will be interesting.
We will pass from this ground house and we'll move to the greenhouse with the cucumbers.
Oh, so this is just the tomato
Just
section.
is that tomato section.
So we go to the cucumber?
Exactly.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
This greenhouse is pretty interesting because we have here 5 different types of cucumbers.
Wow, 5.
Yeah, so I'd
just
be
know
very
one
happy
type.
to, yeah. So we'll
Okay.
show you. So when we go into the greenhouse, we actually have to disinfect our legs.
Oh, okay.
We also have a double insect-proof net. That's to avoid pests coming in.
Oh, so it has to be double.
Yep.
Wow, this is so green.
So
And it
this-
can grow this high.
Yes, actually all the cucumbers are trellised and we even have a continuous trellising system which we call the umbrella. So once they reach, we have 2 vines which each one goes to a different side so we can get more yield. This is a Titan variety which took us some time to choose.
Titan.
Titan F1.
It's which type?
It's an English cucumber or sometimes they call Dutch cucumber.
Oh.
Depending who takes
It
royalties.
came from the
But
Dutch country.
it's basically what is preferred in Europe. We decided to grow this variety specifically because the fruits are very shiny.
Yes.
They reach the length that the clients want and very productive.
Yeah.
So we did try other varieties and we came that this is going to be the major leader. We're still testing other varieties. We're still looking at maybe something better. We also like the vigorosity of the plant, so it's very rustic. Unfortunately, in this farm we don't have very good water. We have hard water, and actually you can see on the leaves yellowing.
Yeah.
It's due to salinity.
Oh, the water is saline.
And again, you need to check a variety that will withstand these conditions and give you what you're looking for.
Omri, this is interesting. How did you venture into this type of farming?
I was approached by the owner of this project and asked me to consult for him. I'm in agriculture for the last 30 years and it's a big passion of mine. And here I saw an opportunity both to be innovative a little bit in the scene of the Kenyan market and also to deal with some of the problems that a lot of farmers face and to do the trials here to see what we can add value to farmers. And this is an ongoing process, so we've been doing that for the last year now. And we're very happy that in many cases we have nice success.
So in this particular greenhouse, how many seedlings does it host?
Just for an example, last week we planted 2.5 acres, one greenhouse. So it's pretty big in terms of the turnover. We want to be, in a couple of months, to be one of the biggest suppliers of vegetables in Kenya.
Wow!
It's a process. We are learning. This is a new farm. It's an ongoing project. We still yet to do a proper grading hole, and yes, but we are very excited. So in this greenhouse, for example, and I come back to the word innovative, we have 5 types of cucumbers.
Which ones are those?
So here's a typical English cucumber. Usually the clients are looking for anywhere between 25 to 35 centimeters long. Basically, the longer the better.
Oh.
Shiny, slightly ribbed, and firm, very firm.
Oh, it's very firm.
Usually these cucumbers are also wrapped in foil as not to lose humidity. So usually we market them with a foil, and they get the most premium price in the market.
You said it's English?
The type is English cucumber.
What's the best thing about cucumbers?
The best thing is that you buy one cucumber and it can last you a week in the fridge. I mean,
it's not perishable.
Not really perishable, and you know, it's used for so many types of salads, slicing into sandwiches. It's not a cooked vegetable. Nobody ever cooks cucumbers, by the way. You see, the good thing about a cucumber, it's light, a lot of vitamin C. By the way, in many countries they don't even peel the cucumber because inside the peel there are quite a few vitamins. So some countries peel cucumbers, some countries don't. A lot of women use this for face masks.
I use it too. And the next one, Omri?
So the next one is what we call American slicer type.
Oh, it has thorns.
Slightly thorny. Again, dark green color. It goes for about, I would say, 23 centimeters. Yeah. Again, this one has a very long shelf life. I think most of your audiences know this type because it's been on the market for many years. Again, we wanted to go for a slightly longer one, more shiny, and this has a very good shelf life, even not in cooled condition. So I think this variety will be preferred by most of your audience, and this is what they are used to. In terms of benefits, all cucumbers have the same benefits in terms of nutrition.
Now take us through the third one.
The beta alpha type. This is a very common cucumber in the Mediterranean.
Oh, this one is quite small.
It's quite small, and they love this cucumber for reason that it's very crunchy. It's the aroma is very strong and it's very sweet. So this would be the preferred. We call them also snack cucumbers because you can actually eat them as a snack.
The fourth one now
is called baby cucumber, which is the alpha, which is the alpha type, but it's even smaller. It's 10 centimeters long.
Oh, it's short and not as green as the other one, huh?
It's not as green.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we call that a baby. It also goes into the same category as beta alpha types. It has a specific market, mostly for restaurants and bars.
And it's very cool as cucumber, they say. Now let's see how the last one looks.
The last type I want to show you, gherkins. Now these ones come from what we call North Europe. So this is the most popular kind of cucumber in North Europe. This is specific for those clients. They eat it fresh and they pickle it also, preserve it over winter. You know, in North Europe they have a very long winter.
Yeah.
So they're able to preserve these cucumbers in brine over winter.
So among the 5 varieties, which one did you start with?
We found a variety called Greenlight, which is slightly longer and more green and shiny than what was grown up to now. And we're very happy to say that it moves very well in the market.
What's the germination process of cucumbers? How does it grow? Where do you start?
Once we get the seedlings, we have the spacing that we need. We irrigate 2 days before to make moist the soil. And then we bring in the seedlings, we plant, we give one big irrigation, what we call in agriculture for field capacity, and then we leave the plants for about 5 days.
Without putting any water?
Any water. The reason is that we want the plant not to be pampered. So the plant will actually grow roots looking for the water.
Omri, many farmers normally say water is a key component. Are these cucumbers heavy consumers of water?
In terms of water consumption, it's a normal crop. And I always tell farmers, if you don't secure your water, don't plant anything. Especially in what we call greenhouse growing. Water is the key. Aside
from water, what are other key factors that a farmer should really look out for when growing cucumbers?
We're in a greenhouse and you feel the humidity here. You see I'm sweating. It's quite hot already. We're not even past midday, but it's already hot. So one of the things that we want to emphasize to farmers is aeration. Aeration of the greenhouse is extremely important.
Those are very good management practices. How are the market dynamics for cucumber? You sell it per kilo?
We're getting, for the English cucumber, we're getting around 80, sometimes higher depending on shortage. But I would say 80 bob would be the base. For the local, anywhere between 50 and 60.
Omri, I've gone through your farm. It's quite an institution, and perhaps do you let other farmers come and benchmark here, because there's a lot to learn in your farm?
This farm is open for everybody to come and see, and we organize groups, and they're happy to ask any questions they want. And it's a learning process. We learn from them, they learn from us.
If a farmer is really interested in venturing into cucumber farming, what is the capital?
1,200 per square meter, at least, for the local greenhouse structure. And then the seedlings, the labor and everything.
And how are the returns on investment?
When we do return on investment, cucumber comes up the highest out of all the crops we're doing. So we like the crop very much.
How is the uptake for cucumber farming right now in the country?
What we've seen is that there is a steady demand for local cucumber and the English cucumber. Very steady, meaning that we don't see hypes. And as long as you can maintain your quality, you can maintain that connection with the buyer, you're very safe.
Omri, Laikipia County, where you are right now, is quite humid. And your crops also are in a greenhouse, which is also quite humid. How do you manage the temperatures here?
So, first of all, we take a lot of care to open the side vents and get a lot of ventilation.
Oh, side vents like those ones now.
Another thing, during the very hot days, we tend to lime the roofs with lime. It's just lime mixed with water, and we paint the roofs. This gives us another extra 20-25% shade, which helps the plant cope with the high temperatures. So these two things together help us maintain a reasonable temperature for the crop.
Abdi,
Yes.
I see you are harvesting.
Yes, today it's a harvesting day for us.
Today is a harvest
yes,
day.
you came the right time.
Wow.
Yes, and as you can see, we are harvesting Beta Alpha cucumber type. Maybe you can test it.
I can test it straight from the farm.
Yes, you can test it because we maintain a PHI. We normally don't spray. So we only spray once we are done with harvesting.
I needed this. It is very nice and very cool. Like they say, like a cucumber.
Yes.
So normally when you come here, what do you do?
Normally when we come here daily, we do the scouting. Then we have a group of team who basically their role is scouting all the greenhouses that we have. Then after scouting, we have our team, the greenhouse attendants, who their role are to ensure that they are allocated to specific greenhouse, doing what they are required to. For example, pruning the fruit, harvesting, weeding, all the agronomic practices that we carry out within the greenhouses.
Abdi, tell us, what is the favorable soil for cucumber?
Cucumber require a fine prepared loosened soil. When let's begin with the early preparation stages. You start with breaking the hard parts and compacted soil. Once you prepare your soil, you add some manure, ensure that you maintain the soil structure. Normally cucumber takes around 1 month. After transplanting, you can harvest after 1 month.
For a farmer who's intending to venture into cucumber farming, what are the requirements?
From an expert point of view, what I can say is this: you ensure that nutrient management are well maintained, because without the nutrient management, you find that you will have so many challenges. You may not able to obtain the maximum yield that you want. So you need to ensure that your nutrient management are done on time. Then the other thing is about the staking. Staking, what I mean is the trellising system. Like you see here, you find the polytwines. Reason being that there are some advantages that come with the polytwine, and giving the crop the support is needed, because when the crop touches the ground, you get the fruit. In terms of the quality, it goes down. So doing the trellising on time is the one aspect we normally look out for. Then the other thing is the pruning of the old leaves and the deceased ones. You normally take them out. Then the other thing is about the weeding. We all know that the weeds are the vectors of the pest, the diseases. So we ensure that we take out the necessary measure so that we obtain what we need.
What are the type of pests and diseases that cucumber farmers normally experience, and how do you manage?
Pests, we have a number of pests when doing the cucumber farming. We have a whitefly, which normally you find them on the lower leaves of the plant. And then how you manage the whiteflies, we have a IPM management system, whereby we have the traps, as you can see around, the yellow ones. Normally we have that whiteflies are attracted to the yellow color. So when doing the yellow sticky traps within the greenhouses, the white flies that you have will go to the yellow sticky traps, and then you reduce the population. Then the other pest we have is the thrips, which is the major pest in cucumber. We have blue traps also. As you know, the thrips are attracted to blue color. And the other disease we have encountered is powdery mildew, which is the major disease when doing the cucumber farming. So the powdery, we have a spray program the same way we have a spray program for the pest.
I see there is an irrigation system that you have integrated here. Which one is favorable for cucumber farming and why?
Here we are using a system of irrigation called a drip irrigation system. Basically, drip irrigation has a number of advantages, because when you are irrigating, the water will go directly to the area where you have planted. So there's no water wastage.
This farm that you're managing is quite clean, and judging from what I see, it's quite productive. But tell us, what are the benefits or maybe the nutritional values of cucumbers?
Cucumber has a number of benefits. For example, it has a high potassium and magnesium, which help in regulating the blood pressure. And I realize some people tend to use cucumber to aid in weight loss. So cucumber has a number of benefits. People need to know the importance of cucumber. What
are the challenges that a cucumber farmer can experience in a farm?
Challenges are basically pests and diseases. And if you are able to manage pests and diseases, you are well and good to go.
Which type of fertilizer or manure do you use in this farm?
It depends with the growth of the plant. Basically, when at early stages, when you transplant, you need to have more phosphorus. Reason being, the plant need root establishment, so phosphorus is the best fertilizer at that early stages. And then as the plant grow, you need nitrogen. Nitrogen help in vegetative stages, and then when you realize that your fruit are developing, you do the potassium, which helps in fruit development.
Abdi, I heard that this farm has a unique type of manure that you use here called Sunhem. Tell us about it.
Sunhem, in other words, we call it crotalaria. Crotalaria is nitrogen fixing green manure legumes, which has a number of benefits to the soil and to the crop. For example, crotalaria help in suppressing the weeds and then parasitic nematodes. Not only that, it's also a soil builder. Normally what the farmers don't realize is that they do the cropping continuously without allowing the land to rest. So by doing the crotalaria, you're helping the soil. So crotalaria is one way to go.
Tell me, what are the spacing requirements for cucumber when you're growing cucumber? What is the spacing needed?
We are using a double row system. So from one plant to another, we use a spacing of 45 cm.
Abdi, in a stem like this one, how many fruits can it produce?
The number of fruit depends with, I will give you in terms of kg. Different variety have different kg, and also depending on methods of production. For example, in our greenhouse, this is just a basic greenhouse. So you expect roughly from 10 kg to 15 kg per plant.
How is the market demand for this particular crop?
Currently, cucumber market, the demand is growing because as we know that the supply is not always enough. And for a farmer out there who wanting to venture into this kind of business has to venture knowing that there is always be a market for the cucumber farming.
By now, I'm sure there is a farmer who's really curious in growing these cucumbers. But tell us, are cucumbers really favorable for growth in greenhouses or open field? Which one would you prefer?
Normally, I would say greenhouse, because greenhouse is a protected area compared to open field. Open field, you find so many challenges. So any farmer willing to do the cucumber, I would recommend to do it in greenhouse.
Abdi, that has been quite insightful, but as you know, I can't leave this farm without knowing how to harvest cucumbers. Would you show me how to?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to show you. Let's begin here. If you look at it closely, this one is ready for picking. Normally what we need during harvesting is just your hand. You don't need any sakatua to harvest cucumber. You just pick it from the stem with the stalk. Come, I show you other variety we have here. Come closer. If you look at this, these are the mini cucumbers, the ones which are very short. Yes, if you can see
the ones that are short and not so green.
Yes, yes. You can pick this one.
Oh, this one is ready?
Yes, this one is ready. Also this one. So we pick them with the stalk, and then you pack them in the crate. We put it in the crate, and then now we proceed to the grading bowl.
Oh, we go to the grading as we continue to harvest.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Although cucumbers are incredibly healthy, they can be tricky to incorporate into your diet in fun and unique ways. It's time to get creative in the kitchen with 4 different ways to prepare and serve fresh cucumbers for your family and friends. Start with a salad. If you want to give your salad some flair, try spiraling your cucumbers instead of just slicing them. You'll find it tastier just by looking at its presentation, especially when blended with cherry tomatoes. Try making a smoothie out of cucumbers. If you're craving something cool and refreshing, it will start your day off right and give you the fuel you need to succeed. Just throw your cucumbers into a blender, skin and all, and get to work. Making your own cucumber face mask also doesn't take much time. It's pretty easy. It has anti-inflammatory properties that simply nourishes your skin. we saved the best and the easiest for last. Eating raw cucumbers is by far the most nutritious way to enjoy this refreshing superfood. Eat them as an on-the-go snack. It's hard to find a more refreshing superfood than a cucumber. So did you know that eating a long English cucumber is almost as hydrating as drinking your recommended 8 glasses of water per day? This is because cucumbers are made up of 90% water. They will help you keep energized and refreshed all day long. Abdi,
Yes.
Rumuruti weather is so unpredictable.
Yes, it's so unpredictable. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's very hot, so it's unpredictable.
Just
actually.
when we are done with shooting,
Yes, and
It
this
was.
is the produce that I'll be giving you so that you can take it home, eat with your family.
I take all these home,
Yeah, all of it.
all the 5 varieties.
All of it.
I'm a lucky woman today.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. I
You're
really appreciate, and you're doing a good job.
Thank you, too.
Wow. Guys, that has been cucumber farming. I hope you've learned something from today's episode of cucumber farming all the way to Laikipia. You can make your way here if you're interested in venturing into this type of business. Until next time, my name is Linda Koskei.